So we need the science lab to be able to start producing science. So I'm going to stick that in my industrial zone. Where can I make my like industrial zone sort of thing? Let's do it along this area. So we'll do it along this side of the base. So we're going to set up a couple workbenches over here. Put a crate in the middle as well so they can access all the materials. And the way workbenches work is you can set these limits. Colonists will automatically make equipment up to the limit. So you might need 210 firewood. You actually end up needing a lot of firewood, as I found out. We'll need some sling bullets, so we'll need to keep our guards stocked up. I might set that to 500 because that's a good number. And they'll just automatically make up to this number here. So they make copper nails 3 at a time, so this number is always going to be a multiple of 3. Make them 2 at a time, so that's always going to be an even number. So it's always good to have, you know, a few beds on hand, so I might actually increase that to like 15. Good to have a few crates on hand, so when you're expanding you can just plonk down some crates. Furnace, probably don't need more than one furnace at the moment, so I'll just make a furnace. Torches are nice at night time because they light the area up, but they don't really have a practical use, I'm finding. Science lab, I can just make that, that's fine. Plus the blocks, don't have any gypsum. So this is obviously just for multiplayer, because the way it works is you stick the bread in a crate, and then it's just there in a crate. And the colonists can't use it, it's sort of like for gifting to other players, essentially. Alright, that looks like a good place to start. So a colonist will man each of these, so I'll need to hire 2 more colonists, but I don't have the food to do that at the moment. In fact, with the food the berry farmers collect, I might even add an extra berry farm before I do that. Basically, colonists fill jobs in the order that you place them. So if I want the berry farmer immediately, I'm going to have to delete those workbenches. In fact, I might put down two berry farms. So I'll have to delete those benches and replace them, essentially. So get a couple... just one more crate. Plonk. Oh, okay. So they just sort of show up when you've got crate selected. Excellent. Food is the most important resource. You have to produce a certain amount of food to sustain your colony. Plus, you need to produce more food so that way you can hire more colonists. Because colonists are not cheap. Hello? Oh, I need more beds. Herp. So, we'll put that down later. If you hold shift and click on things, like this, it'll just automatically transfer in between inventories, and it can do it the other way. And it'll just transfer as much as fits in one stack. So for grass that's 200, but for something like, say, the sling bullets, that's only 50. Awesome. Our colony is looking good. This is going to bother me, so I'm actually going to get rid of it. I'm legitimately going to stand on top of a workbench. Like, oh, it's still higher. Ah, okay. Probably not the greatest building material. Let's just grab a couple more logs. There we go. Alright, now we don't have that eyesore in the middle of our base. Guard, you can go to sleep now. Is there still a zombie alive or something? It's like middle of the day and he's still up. You're just meant to be a nighttime guard, bro. There we go. It's like he was waiting for me to say he could go to sleep or something. That's just ridiculous. The berry farms are looking good, boys. Let's get started on some science. So we need some copper parts. So I'll make some extra copper parts, and we'll need some copper nails, because you always need copper nails. Science lab needs copper tools as well, so we'll make copper tools and science lab. So we need the science lab to be able to start producing science. So I'm going to stick that in my industrial zone, which is where all my production and everything is going to go. Science being part of that production. So we'll plonk that down there. And once that gets manned, so we have a colonist working on it, we're going to start researching bread. Because what I found is that bread is amazing. Now, you'll notice in the quest text that it grants 400 wheat seeds. The berry farms can be up to 48. Wheat farms can be up to 100. So that's 4 wheat farms right there. And you also get extra wheat seeds once they start harvesting the crops. And you also get them, and I've already got 18 now, from just smashing grass. So if I need some extra wheat seeds, I can just wander around in that area outside of my barrier, and then I can just collect a bunch of wheat seeds. It's pretty random how much you get, but it's a useful way of collecting just a few pretty quickly. You can also eventually buy them in the shop once you unlock that, And that's a science research, but that's a bit later in the game. So you need things like science bags to be able to get that, and you need mints and shops. So that requires a science bag. So you got to go through the science bag, which requires a technologist, which requires a tailor, which requires flax, which I can research, but you know, that's the progression system there. And that takes a while. But I think I'm off to a good start here. Berry farmers are going hard at it. If he's putting in some more berries, guys, just put in a little bit more berries. Awesome. What's the daytime? Because I need to make sure they have enough food to get through the night. I guess the sun's behind that cloud. They should have enough food to get through the night. Let's hire another berry farmer. Now the other thing with these farms, because they store all the seeds in like a common area, you can actually help out the farmers. So let's just compare the zones. Alright, so if I plant these, he won't try to like overwrite them essentially. So he won't waste effort trying to plant things that are already there. So you'll see he's planting some crops at the back, but when he gets to the front here, he won't try to overwrite those. He'll just accept that they're there. And that's really useful when you've got the big wheat farms, because they're 100 blocks, and it's taking him quite a while just to plant 8 blocks at the moment. In fact, he's run out of seeds, so he can't even plant the last 2, because we're out of seeds. But yeah, that's essentially the case right now. So he's harvesting a seed for me. When you're building the wheat farms, you can just sort of go around and plant like maybe half the field or the whole field, and you can actually set up the farm, plant all the seeds, let them grow, and then put a farmer there. You don't have to put a farmer down to place the seeds. You can place the seeds first. So that way, say you're short on colonists, but you want to start building those wheat farms up, you can sort of build up the wheat farms and then assign colonists at a later date. Now, it's almost night time, so these guys are about to go off to bed, and our night guard's going to get up. So what's my goal for this night? Well, I need some more colonists at the moment. So I don't really have a goal for the night, I guess. Well, one thing I could do is make a furnace, because I've been meaning to do that for a while. So let's get that furnace up and whoops. Oh no, that worked. So let's get that furnace. Put that in my industrial zone as well. Once again, arrow points to where the colonist is going to stand. So if you want the colonist standing on this block here, you need to point to that block. Now you would have noticed that the science lab and the workbenches didn't have that arrow. That's because the colonist can use it from any angle. That's essentially the difference. Alright, we've got plenty of food for the night. Excellent. So they're all off to bed. We've got our furnace up. Our industrial zone's starting to shape up. This is exciting, you know. Alright, it's almost daytime. Now there wasn't a lot to do during that night cycle. Our guard has been hard at work, littering the floor with corpses. It's a shame mobs don't give loot, because this would be like an excellent way to farm it. You just have them wander through, and then you just walk past and just collect up all the juicy gold and stuff. Now the one thing I did do at night, there was all these trees in this back corner. I just deleted all of them essentially. So I've got plenty of wood for the moment, and I've gotten rid of those, not just eyesores, but they're actually obstructing the area, because ideally I'd want this area back here to extend all my farms. So I might fill this area up with berry farms, and then I can put maybe some wheat farms along here, that sort of thing. But I need to be able to research bread before I can do that. So our current research is bread, so we need 10 berries, 2 copper parts, 1 copper tools for each one. So you'll notice that it says it goes in 5 cycles, research cycle 0 to 5. So we'll need 5 copper tools in total, 10 copper parts in total, and we'll need 50 berries in total. So that's going to eat up a lot of our food. At the moment we have 53. So if we did, we'd have not much food left. So during the night, I was thinking, if I clear this area, I can plonk down some extra berry farms to make sure we've got plenty of food to sustain our colony, and then I'll be able to use all those berries for my research, as well as to sustain the hunger needs of the colony. Because at the end of the day, what kind of ruler would I be if I let my people starve, right? There we go. Can I fit one more? No, that's going to cross into my hole. Hehehe. Once again, a couple crates. Ooh, what do I need? Nails? It's always nails. Nails are a pain in the butt. Let's say we plonk a crate here, and plonk a crate here. That'll pretty well cover that area. Because we don't want them walking too far. If they're walking too far, that's wasted time. And we want to get the food going as fast as we possibly can. I'm going to delete all this stuff so we can replace it, because once again, food is our top priority. We'll need some more beds, so I'll have to produce those as well. Make sure we're prioritizing our berry farms. So I put down 5 more berry farms, so I need 5 more beds. Let me guess, more nails? Of course. There we go. Make some more copper parts. Alright, 5 more beds. Let's stick them down. Make sure they're facing the right direction. Alright, and we can already hire 1 more colonist. He's going to get to work. Quick! Get a move on, bro. In fact, I'll give him a hand once again. Now the wheat fields don't follow that pattern. The wheat fields just fill up every available square. So you end up with 100 wheat seeds planted. Which is why the quest gives you 400, because you need so many. What? Oops, that's placed completely wrong. Don't want to screw up this guy's job. It's not my job. That'd just be extremely rude, coming to his place and then just messing everything up. Where are we going, guys? Come on, let's get this moving faster. We need lots of food. Lots of food. Come on, boys. Get a move on. God, they're so slow. That's one of the things I like about the bread. If you get like a bunch of wheat farms, and you get a bunch of people milling the wheat and cooking up that bread, then you just get so much food, and your colony grows massively. And that's why I'm prioritizing that, because I want to get that going. That may be the most important thing I do to set up the rest of this colony. You might be wondering why I'm leaving these 1 gap spaces between everyone, because I'm sort of putting crates, you know, like every second one or whatever. Just because I feel like it. Yeah, there's no benefit to it. It's just because I feel like it. It looks nice, just leaving a gap between them. I did think that with the berry farms I should just put them next to each other, because they actually leave their own gap, which is kind of annoying. So they end up with like a 2 wide gap, but nah. It's nice to see the blue lines with a gap between them. So that'll be the setup when I have all my wheat farms. I'll have a 1 space gap. Obviously I don't have to do that for all of them. Oh, hello miners. Did I forget about you guys? Alright, I'll give you guys a crate down here as well, so you don't have to come all the way up and all the way back down. And I can stick it in this little hole as well. Whoops, didn't want to do that. That's what I wanted. I can stick it in the little hole, so they can just walk on top of it. They don't have to come all the way back up now. Our food's growing nicely. We're almost at enough to afford another colonist. How far through the day are we? Where's the sun? Whew. I have to say, this game is absolutely beautiful. Like, with all the lighting effects and stuff, it just looks amazing. Look at that sun, it's just bright. And you can see all the lighting effects over the hills and on the clouds and everything. Oh, beautiful game. Just visually stunning. Alright, we can afford another colonist. We're producing more than we're consuming, so we can afford to do that, even though we only just went over the 50 mark. Do we have enough seeds for him, actually? Yes, we do. Good. In fact, I'm going to help him out. Probably shouldn't have taken all the seeds. He's going to get a bit confused. There we go. Even though the colonist can do this himself, he's a bit slow. So I like to help him out. Ah! Ignore that. That will happen a lot. And that will happen a lot as well. Because I'm stupid, essentially. Oh, I got another wheat seed from that. Excellent. I said I was going to put the wheat along this way. So I could, in theory, already start planting it. So where does our berry farm finish? Alright, so our wheat's going to go here. And it goes in lots of 100. So that's 5 by 20, essentially, is what I'm going to put down. So it's going to be 5 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then along this way, it's going to go 20. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And that's going to be the end of our farm. So I'm actually going to knock that block out just to mark it. And then that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just to mark that. Alright? In fact, that's stupid. Why am I knocking those blocks out? Come here. Oh, now I've lost the spot. So that was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I think. And I'll knock this out. If it's wrong, I can just fix it later. But that's essentially what our wheat farm is going to look like. Now, because I've planted those seeds now, they're just going to start growing. I don't have anyone to harvest them, but they're going to start growing. So I'll have some wheat grown once I have the research finished. And it's nighttime again.